Welcome, welcome. I'm Dee, and this is the Untitled Life where I am taking it one day at a time, bring guys along for the journey to hold me accountable as I budget my way through life. What are we doing? We are closing out our savings challenge. I have been doing the N.F.L savings challenge or the No Financial Loss savings challenge to help me reach my 3 months emergency fund goal and beyond. This challenge is a mashup between saving and football. Okay, so all the rules are everything about the game itself or the savings challenge itself is in the description box. We're going to talk about game 15, 16, 17. We got a little bit behind, but I said we're going to catch up and we need to close out because today it was the last game of the regular season. So let's talk about game 15. Game 15 was actually played on December 23rd, should I say. And it was against the San Francisco 49ers. So for every game, we always save $20, okay? Then as far as this game goes, because I was traveling, I was able to watch the end of the third, well, I want to say the end of the third and the fourth, okay? Which was good because that's where most of our points came from. So, so when it came to the game itself, we were able to score 2 touchdowns. So that gave us $10. I'm not going to worry about any special team or defensive touchdowns. Of course, there was no field goal that was greater than 50 yards. The 49ers is not a rivalry team. We actually lost the game before, so this is not a win streak at this point. The conference championship game, so the Tennessee Titans is in the AFC, and they represent the AFC South. So this is not a conference championship game. This game, the AFC championship game, is not played until January 30th. So we can go ahead and put a 0 there. This game here does not determine where we were in regards to the playoffs. So the wild card berth is not in play at this point. We did win this game. It was 20-17, so it wasn't really any blowout. It was just a nail biter because, like I said, it was a nail biter. So luckily we pulled it out at the end to be able to take this win away. So yes. So what happens was for the game, it was $30, and that $30 added to the savings challenge is $635. And if I haven't mentioned, this spreadsheet I created for myself as a way to hold myself accountable when doing this challenge. So game 16. Game 16 was actually played on January 2nd, and it was against the Miami Dolphins. Now this is the game I was hoping to be in Nashville to actually watch. Unfortunately, the person I was going to visit popped positive for the C-19, and so I just stayed my happy butt home. Luckily, I didn't purchase tickets ahead of time, even though I think that I have this protection if I had bought it and so on and so forth. It's still, I didn't lose out anything. So of course, again, the same thing is $20 to save. Now for this game was a nail biter. This game really determined where we stood in the AFC South. Okay, this is where we had to determine if we would even be able to get to the conference championship game. So for when it came to touchdowns, let's break her down. We were able to score 1 in the first, the second, and 2 in the fourth. So that gave us a total of $20. We're not going to worry about any defensive or special team touchdown. There was no field goal greater than 50. This is not a rivalry team. Because we did win the game before, now we need to add $2 to the pot, one from the week before and one for the current game. And of course, like I said, that it's not a conference championship game as of yet. that game does not come into play until January 30th. So I'm not really sure. I guess I'll just do a comeback. I'll come back and tell you what was added based on that game since it's past the season, because after today I'm not going to be updating on Sunday. So this game here would, like I said, determine where we were in regards to the playoffs. Because we won this game, that's when we were able to take the reins of saying that we are AFC South champions. Okay? So, it's no need for a wild card berth because we have a place. Okay? We have a place in the playoffs. Okay? The issue now is what place will we have in the playoffs? So, we're not going to worry about that until game 17. And just let you know, this game, the Tennessee Titans score was 34 and the Dolphins was 3. Just to let y'all know. So that's $42 for game 16 added to my total of $677. Then we're going to go to game 17, which was played today, which is January 9th. And this game was against the Houston Texans. Now let me explain something to y'all. I don't know what's going on with us in this freaking team. But no matter how great we are, this is one of the teams that we always fall short to. So in the beginning of the season, we had some issues. So let's talk about today's game. First and foremost, for every game, we're going to do the $20. Now, when it came to touchdowns, we didn't score any touchdowns in the first. In the second quarter, we scored 3 touchdowns. We didn't score any touchdowns in the third. In the fourth, we scored 1 touchdown. So that was a total of 4 touchdowns again. Now, this was another edge of the seat situation. So I'm going to get some audio. Let y'all listen to some audio so y'all can kind of see what was going on. What at the end of the game had us like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? And why we were all like, what's going to happen situation. So I'm going to pause it here and you should be hearing some type of audio in regards to that.
That was a tough call, but it's a call you have to make at that point. You're going to lose your last time out if you don't, the challenge isn't correct, but you have a chance right there. So David Culley does drop the challenge flag. He's 1 for 4 on challenges this season. Because Hilliard is really almost on top of 2 players, he never really does touch the ground until that ball in his elbow touches the ground. A great effort by Dontrell Hilliard, who was a member of the Texans last year, spent 2 games with them. And then he was with Houston during training camp. He was cut and joined Tennessee. Gene Steratore is with us. How do you see it, Gene?
I see it as a great effort by the running back who lunges, and just as his left elbow hits the ground, I believe the ball does break the line to gain plane, and I think we'll stay with this as a first down.
And Gene, if it does stay, that would mean the clock would continue to wind, correct? Because it would be a first down?
That is correct. Yes, we would just continue to pick up where we left off, which is a running play down in bounds. They'll rewind, they'll start the clock on the referee's ready for play signal.
Gene, after reviewing the play, going on the field stand, first down. Gene, we always come to you with officiating questions, but if you were the head coach, would you have dropped the red flag? Because that was your last and big hope if he did pick up the first down.
I think you do, and then really looking back, if it's unsuccessful, it is a timeout, which will stop the clock now because of the charge timeout. So at that point, what if you have to lose? You're looking for something that may be a little different than what they saw on the field, and I think it's a good challenge by Houston as well. I knew you were a gambler.
All right, Jay, thank you. Hilliard spun down. Houston out of timeout, so Tennessee will take this to the 2-minute warning. It'll be second down when we come back. And again, Houston will not be able to stop the clock. Besides the 2-minute warning, 3-point.
Okay, so y'all see what was going on? Y'all see my excitement? So let's get into this so y'all know what happened in the end. So first and foremost, no defensive or special team touchdown we're going to worry about. No field goal greater than 0. This is a rivalry team. Like, this, I mean, this team itself is, we got issues with the players. But with the Jaguars, we have an issue with the fans. It's the fans that, like, y'all just too cocky for a team that loses a lot. Because we did win this game, so we're still on a win streak. I have to add that dollar for this particular game. So with this game, we were able to hold on to the AFC South Champions title, as well as we were able to stay ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs and clinch the #1 seed spot. So for that just means that not only do we have home field advantage in the AFC playoffs, we also will have a bye. So we have some time to rest up before we get back out there and push through. All right, let me go ahead and continue on with this video and we can close out of this challenge. And this was not a blowout. This was very tight. The Texans, I will say, they're a good team and they know how to play under pressure. It's just sometimes it's just too late. So this game we won by 3 points only. We were 28, they were 25, and we were good to go. So that's $61 here, and that $61 added to our total of $738. This is what we earned for the challenge. I would encourage you, if you are looking for a savings challenge that doesn't require a lot of, I don't know what the word is. I think this is an easy challenge for me because I watch football, but you don't have to be like a football fan, because you can look up these stats online. You can choose a team and look up these stats online. I will feel like it has to be some accountability because you can pick and choose a team, and not no one know it. Personally, for me, that's why I created this spreadsheet, so this is the team I'm going with, so we don't have to worry about me jumping ship. This is my team. So, but I think that this will be a better way to actually show it down the line, is to ensure that someone's showing some type of accountability of what the person who's saving in the team itself. Now, when it comes to the conference championship game, we won't see this information until January 30th. So I will not be updating this anymore until after, well, I won't be updating this sheet at all. So I probably just mention about the conference championship game, like doing something else like my budgeting. So watch out for my budgeting videos, but not too much more about that in regards to this challenge. Now, in other news, Derek Henry has been working out this week. He didn't make it to Houston, but he's definitely gearing up, and uber excited to be able to see the dynamic of the players that's been pushing it out since October, and him and the powerhouse that this team has become. Okay? All right, let me get off of here because it's definitely longer than usual. And yeah, $738 saved. And a good chunk of that is going to my emergency fund. Yeah. What I'm going to do with the rest, I'll probably just do the same thing, that take some time off from thinking and just buying stuff. All right, y'all. In the meantime, in between time, peace.